What's up, y'all? It's Alex. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be building a beach style cottage, kind of. I don't know if this would qualify as a cottage. That's just what I saw it listed as on Google. Because I was very inspired behind knowing we were getting an island living expansion pack in The Sims 4. So I wanted to build something that was a little bit more beachy, something that was kind of at home on Sulani, the island. So yeah, I was looking on Google trying to find inspiration for something to build, something that I wanted to build, and this is what I found that kind of tickled my fancy the most. The house on Google has a lot of architectural detail. It has like spandrels where we are not able to place spandrels in Sims 4 because like you would have to have a wall in order to place the spandrel. If I'm mistaken, please let me know down in the comments, because if I could have added spandrels without having a floor, it would have been perfect. It really would have been perfect. But I couldn't do that, so I just kind of made do with the tools that we have in Sims 4. But architectural detail is a huge deal for me. Something that's not boring, something that's not completely like, I would say linear, but like something that's not so smooth. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyways, I wanted to build this house because it's really blue and it's really pretty, and I like the idea of building something that's a little bit more blue and sand brown and like white-ish, because I don't normally build in that color scheme. I do use a lot of blue. I really do. I don't know why I use so much blue in Sims. I have no clue. But for this house in specific, it worked, so I'm not mad. Anyways, I was focusing a lot on making the roofs. Why is that the plural? Like, I just looked it up on Google. Like, why is that the plural? Roofs? Dude, that word makes no sense. Oh my God. Anyways, this house is built in Oasis Springs. There's no CC. I'm not entirely sure all of the packs that I use because I have like all of the packs, so I build with all of the packs. But there is no CC, so you don't have to worry about having to download something in order to get this off the gallery. You can just search my username AcidSkyez and the hashtag AcidSkyez to go ahead and scoop this house up for yourself. I am interested to see, incidentally, because this house is so small by comparison to some of my other builds on the gallery. By comparison to that, this house is very small. This is one of the smallest houses I've ever built in The Sims 4. But it works so well. Like, it's so good for like 2 Sims. Like, I mean, I guess you could get away with 3, but there's no such thing as a sleeper sofa in Sims. So, I mean, like, if there was a such thing as a sleeper sofa, you could get away with like 3, maybe 4, but no. As it stands now, this is purely a 2 Sim household. I would not qualify this as a starter home because it is definitely well over 20,000 simoleons. Definitely it is. So, okay, right here, I was trying to find, like I said, there is no way for me to put the spandrels the way that I want them to be placed, the way that it was placed in the house or like on the house that I saw in Google. Like, there was no way for me to place them, so I just kind of like added extra roof trim. So it is a little bit extra, but whatever, it's not that deep, it's cute. So anyways, I'm getting into landscaping now, and in landscaping, like I almost always start from the front and then like work my way backwards. So the landscaping at the front is going to be similar to the landscaping from the back, but I'm not starting from the back. Like, I'm not finishing the entire landscaping of the house initially because it just don't work that way. Like, I'm gonna like start from the front and then work my way in and then work my way back. Anyways, some of the rocks when I was building were floating, and I realized that it was because I had like move objects on and I had like lifted them with like the 9 key. But it wasn't working. It wasn't looking the way that I wanted it to. And incidentally, some of the trees that are in the landscaping, some of the flowers and the shrubs and stuff, those are not like in Oasis Springs. Like, I mean, obviously you can use them, but the majority of builders, like, they look to their environment in order to blend their build into the mood, I guess, or the aesthetic of the world that they're building in. And I didn't do that because I was kind of like, I was a little, I don't know, like I was weird about it because I wanted this house initially to be a beach house, but in Sims right now, until we get island living, we didn't have a such thing as like an ocean kind of thing. Like, I mean, I guess you could get away with it like in Brindleton Bay or Windenburg or whatever, but it's not the same. That was the point. That's the point I'm making. And that little bamboo tree or whatever, like, it's cute in theory, but it's not staying there. Like, it's just not, because it was going through the walls and I was like, come on, bro, like, why you gotta make it weird? Anyways, so the house that I was looking at on Google had a red door, and I was initially like really devoted to keeping this red door in the build, but I found that I didn't like it too much. Like, it didn't end up fitting with the flow of the build. Like, it didn't end up fitting with the aesthetic, and so I just kind of let it go. Like, because it wasn't that deep to begin with. Because, I mean, the house that I used on Google, like the house that I was looking for, it just kind of, it was inspiration. It wasn't necessarily a recreation. Incidentally, this is one of the smaller houses that I've ever built. Like, my houses are normally on bigger lots. I think this lot is it a 20 by 15 or a 30 by 20? I'm not entirely sure. Like, I know that those are two completely different lot sizes, but I'm not entirely sure like what size this lot is right now because it's been a second since I've built this. But it's definitely small. Like, it's definitely small. You can find this on the gallery so that you can use it in your own gameplay. If you guys decide you want to take this house and renovate it and make it way better than I could have, or make it fit your style. Wow, words. Can I use them? Like, wow, that's wild. Anyways. But yeah, if you guys decide you want to reno this house or you want to make it fit your own style, by all means, please do. Just go ahead and tag me on Twitter at AcidSkyez so that I can see it and retweet it and like see what you guys have done, because like y'all are way more creative too. So I just wanted to go ahead and make this little house. It's this tiny little thing. I was really fighting with these doors. I really don't know why. I have no clue. Like, I was trying to make sure that everything was centered and that everything was perfect. And it wasn't working out the way that I wanted it to. Strangerville, for the record, Strangerville has some really pretty doors, really pretty windows. Like, they just... outside of the storyline, incidentally, that was the last game pack that we got. Did y'all play that storyline? Because I did, and it was so fun. It was fun, and it was cute, and it low-key reminded me of, like, I've only been with Sims since, like, Sims 3, right? So, excuse me. It reminded me of just, like, World Adventures, kind of, but, like, it was a different kind of puzzle. Right, and I like that kind of stuff. Like, I love those kind of puzzles and stuff like that. I love that type of stuff in games. So, I was really satisfied with Strangerville. Strangerville was cute. Like, it was cute. It was a little cute. It was a little adorable. Anyways, there is a lot of blue in this house. Like there's a lot. There's gonna end up being a lot because it was inspired. Like when I was building it, I was initially thinking, oh well, I can just take this lot and move it to Sulani. Like, Sulani is the new world in Island Living. Like that's the new residential world that we get. Oh, did y'all order that? Because I totally did. I pre-ordered it. And I'm so excited to get it. I'm so ready. But the house, I was like, okay, well, I can just like download this house and transplant it to Solani. But looking at some of the stuff that we get in Island Living, like, I just want to build something completely different. Like, I want to build something cool. We get like foundation with stilts. We get the ability to build on water. Like, come on. Like, this is a cute little idea. It's a cute little vacation house for like an artistic type of person, or like a cute little honeymoon kind of getaway, a little country, a little traditional, a little modern, like not too much of anything. Like you could get away with this house on many different lots, like many different lot types. But I was initially inspired by the beach because, I mean, we're getting an island pack, so why not be inspired by the beach? So that was where all of the colors came from. There is no CC in this build. I try not to use CC in the builds that I know are going to go up on the gallery because, I mean, it's just a lot of hassle. Like, can we talk about how lazy I am? Like, if I'm going on the gallery, I don't want to look through and download all of the CC that's necessary in order for me to get the lot in its glory on the gallery. You know, like I'm not trying to do all of that. So I don't use CC in the overwhelming majority of my builds on the gallery. So if you guys want this, again, just go ahead and check out my username AcidSkyez or the hashtag AcidSkyez, and you should be able to find it just fine. We're starting on the bathroom now, and this is where I ran into a few snags because like there were so many windows, like so much of the wall space. It's already a very small bathroom. It really is. It's like a little cubby hole. So it's already got like a limited amount of space, and the majority of the wall space was taken up by windows and doors, and I was just like, dude, like where are you supposed to use the bathroom? Like, this is weird. So I went ahead and changed it, and you see that red door? It's still right there. It's gonna change, because even looking at it right now, I'm just like, dude, this totally doesn't fit. Like, it literally does not fit. But it's okay. It's fine. It'll be fixed in the long run. This house, the sim that I thought about living in this house initially was someone who was a little bit more artistic, someone who painted, maybe someone who enjoys gardening, because, I mean, there's a decent amount of outdoor space because the house is so small. Like, you have enough space to do whatever it is that you want to do, especially if you only have 2 sims. Like, okay, if we were to think about this in terms of like real people, like a real couple, you would only need so much space in order to maintain a garden or whatever, especially in such a small space as this lot is, because I think it's like 20 by 15. I think it is. I could be wrong. I have no clue, dude. I literally don't. But okay, initially I was not all that fond of the back facing facade of this house because there were no windows. But that's because the majority of the light in the house comes from the front windows, you know? So it just kind of like flows that way, and there's more privacy towards the back. So I ended up liking it a lot. I thought it was really nice. And the little keyboard or whatever that I had placed there, I really wanted to try and make this sim a musical sim. Like, I don't end up making the sim, but like when I was building this, the sim that I thought lived there, I thought that they would be like kind of musical or whatever, but it turned out to not work. Like, it just didn't work. The space didn't work with the keyboard in it. So I ended up getting rid of the keyboard too. And so now y'all get to see me fighting with the windows because I really wanted to add cabinets in here, but I also didn't want to get rid of any more of the windows because there were already not a lot on the back side of the house at all. And so I was way more interested in that. And this chess table in the middle of the kitchen literally is not staying there. It's not staying there at all. I was just like placing out items that I thought I wanted to add to the house. And ooh, if y'all hear that meowing noise, yeah, that's my cat. That's Juno. He has a lot to say. Anyways, he's so cute. He really is. But the entire point of this is I wanted to have a sim that was a little bit more musical, and that's just not how it ended up turning out. And I'm honestly okay with that. I really am. These little shades, I use these constantly, like in every build. They're the best, like, I guess they're base game. I think they might be base game, but they're definitely some of the best base game curtains out there. Like, they really are. Because they're not obtrusive, you know? And so fighting with rugs, like there were just, okay, I really wish that rug, like the rug that I had just gotten rid of, I really wish that the woven rugs came in different styles because I would be able to get so much more from those patterns. And the patterns are really pretty, like they bring a lot of color, but they don't inherently bring a lot of like, I don't know, like pop and fizzle because you only have 3 shapes, right? Like you have the circular or the ovular shape, and then you have like the little half moon type of thing or whatever, and then a square or rectangle. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, there are not nearly enough options as far as woven things are, like woven rugs are concerned. It's just, there's not enough. It would be nice to have more, but I'm also not complaining because, I mean, CC exists. So if ever I just wanted to have a more circular rug or whatever, I can just go and look at Peacemaker's Tumblr and I'll be satisfied for my own personal needs. This wall in specific was like really complicated for me, and I don't know why it was, because it's just like one wall. Just like put a painting on it and quit tripping. Like, what is you mad for? Like, me at myself, like, why is you mad? But I couldn't make it make sense, like, until I figured out that there were nautical themed prints in that photo, and I don't use that photo all that often because I don't like the frame of it. It's a little bit too extra, I guess. Anyways, I'm starting on the outside now. I think the majority of the house is finished. Like the majority of the inside is finished. So at the outside, you're just gonna see me fighting with like lounge, well, not even lounge, just like the outdoor furniture or whatever, and messing with partitions. Well, I can't even call them partitions. They're just like fencing, because I didn't like those little columns. Like, I love the fence, and I never use this fence. I literally never do. But it worked so perfectly for this house. It was just gorgeous. Because like the little openings, like it leaves that open kind of feeling. Like, okay, so if this house were planted on like a beach or something, oh my god, dude, it would fit perfectly. Like that fence would fit perfectly. Anyways, y'all get to see me fighting with with like not having move objects on, because I wanted to make sure that everything was still usable, because I totally did not playtest this house. I literally didn't. I mean, I didn't feel like making a sim. I didn't feel like downloading a sim. I just wanted to build the house. So I'm not entirely sure. I think that everything should be playable though, or usable, because I was double checking with turning off the cheats the entire time. So you guys should be able to hang out in this house a little bit more comfortably. And honestly, this build is kind of coming to an end. At this point, I'm just messing around, finishing touches, like nothing serious. So I'm going to go ahead and dip out. y'all let me know what you think about the build. Let me know if you feeling it, and if you like what I made today, if you like this house, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Let me know how you feeling about it in the comments, and tell me if there's something that you would like to see me build, because I'm totally down to do different types of builds. I want to see different stuff. Anyways, y'all let me know what you think, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hasta.